The Book of Wisdom. Welcome to Positive Vortex, your destination for uplifting and insightful content. In this channel, we explore the profound wisdom found within the pages of various books, unlocking their transformative power to enrich our lives. Today, we delve into the timeless teachings of The Book of Wisdom by Harry B. Joseph. This enlightening work delves into esotericism, occultism, symbolism, and the powerful concept of syncretism, offering invaluable insights into the unity of all knowledge and the interconnectedness of our world. Join us as we embark on a journey of discovery and enlightenment, delving into the depths of wisdom that will inspire and uplift you. Don't forget to subscribe to Positive Vortex for more enriching content, and be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy what you see. Together, let's create a positive ripple effect of wisdom and positivity. Introduction. The Book of Wisdom is a profound work that delves into esotericism, occultism, symbolism, and, most significantly, syncretism. Syncretism, utilized by myself, Revival of Wisdom, is the method employed to synchronize and combine all fields of knowledge. Syncretism unites all subjects of matter into one holy science, recognizing that all things stem from the One, and therefore, all things are interconnected. Our world is perceived as fractional, where everything contains elements from both micro and macro perspectives. In today's society, the average individual tends to operate with dominance in the left hemisphere of the brain. This hemisphere dissects and analyzes the unified perception of reality from the right hemisphere into separate fragments, enabling logical manipulation and understanding. To fully grasp the information presented in this book, one must first liberate their mind from the indoctrination imposed by educational systems. Secondly, it's crucial to perceive reality as a unified and holistic creation rather than fragmented perceptions. This introduction sets the stage for a journey into the depths of wisdom and understanding that transcend conventional boundaries of thought. Chapters. Let's now delve deeper into the Book of Wisdom. Chapter 1. Light. Genesis chapter 1 verse 3, Let there be light. The writer discusses the concept that the universe is composed of light, with low-vibrating light transforming into matter and high-vibrating matter turning back into light. It references the idea from Walter Russell's Universal One, that God is a thinking mind, and the substance or body of God is light. The text emphasizes that the one universal substance is a thinking substance expressed through light, and all created things, including the mind, are ultimately made of light. Harry B. Joseph explores the idea that as human beings, we are essentially attributes of specific colors that classify us. It emphasizes the primacy of the mind over the physical body, stating that without the mind, the physical world would cease to exist. The mind is described as spirit and intellect, manipulating the physical body and the surrounding world. It's compared to a frequency tuner, capable of tuning into different frequencies within the mental plane, shared among all minds in the universe. The book suggests that thoughts are not created by individuals but received based on the frequency to which the mind is tuned. The mind operates on a specific frequency determined by daily thinking patterns, and each frequency is associated with a color. The passage proposes that the mind manifests colors within the astral plane based on its predominant frequency. For example, carrying hate in the mind may manifest reddish colors. The term human is interpreted as an attribute of a color, and the passage encourages striving to become violet, considered the highest vibrational color within the light spectrum. Ultimately, the idea is presented that humans are light beings manifested into physical form. Our perception of the external world does not occur by directly seeing into it. Instead, light waves enter our retinas, and the resulting image is formed in the visual cortex situated at the back of our brains. The visual cortex is the main cortical area responsible for receiving, integrating, and processing visual information transmitted from the retinas. The ancient Kemetics, Egyptians, demonstrated a profound understanding of reality and the brain, as reflected in their sculptures, as depicted above. The concept of Lucifer, often abbreviated as Luci, draws a connection to the Latin word, luci, which translates to light. The sigil of Lucifer is interpreted as representing the visual field of the eyes. The breakdown of the word element into ele and ment is used to express the idea that ment stands for mind. The assertion is that elements exist solely within the mind. The statement goes on to declare that humans are embodiments of God, with each person representing God in a separate body. The overarching concept is that God is synonymous with mind, and all things exist within the universal mind. It concludes by asserting that God is continually thinking all things into existence, and the term element is further equated to God mind by combining God with element. Chapter 2, Christ Oil. The passage describes a spiritual process related to astrological events and the human body's energy centers. When the moon enters one's sun sign, it is claimed that a psychophysical oil is released from the brain down the spine to the sacrum bone. This sacred fluid, likened to Christ oil, is said to be a crucial substance that should be preserved and not destroyed by acidic foods and liquids. The book proposes that retaining sexual energy, fluids, is essential for raising this psychophysical oil back to the brain, achieving a state described as heaven. By opening chakras, preserving sexual energy, and maintaining the Christ oil, one can use the power behind sexual energy, Kundalini, to raise it from the base of the spine to the crown chakra in the brain. Awakening the 7 chakras and raising the Kundalini to the crown chakra is suggested to open new energy pathways within the brain. This process is described as expanding the brain's capacity from approximately 10% to 100%, unlocking dormant brain areas, and signaling new ways of brain functioning and experiencing the world. Over time, the Kundalini is said to become a self-sustaining energy circuit fueled by food and water. The oil process involves the production of psychophysical fluid by the claustrum, charging it electrically in the pineal gland, associated with the male or Joseph, and magnetically in the pituitary gland, associated with the female or Mary. The fluid then travels down 2 nerves, resting on the sacrum bone, solar plexus for 2/3 days. If preserved, the oil supposedly activates Kundalini energy, transforming into a gas that rises through the spine to the medulla oblongata. This process, symbolized as being born again, is described as leading to the rebirth or resurrection of brain cells, activation of the pineal gland, and regeneration of all cells in the body. The oil process outlined here presents a symbolic and spiritual journey within the body, leading to rejuvenation and enlightenment. Here's a brief summary. 1. The claustrum, reminiscent of Santa Claus, produces a psychophysical fluid that travels to the pineal and pituitary glands. 2. The fluid is electrically charged by the pineal gland, symbolized as male energy associated with Joseph. 3. The fluid is magnetically charged by the pituitary gland, symbolized as female energy associated with Mary. 4. The fluid travels down 2 nerves, the ida, connected to the pituitary, and the pingala, connected to the pineal gland. 5. The oil then rests for 2/3 days on the sacrum bone, solar plexus. 6. If preserved, the oil activates the Kundalini energy, transforming into a gas and rising back up the spine to the medulla oblongata. 7. This energy passes to the pineal gland and then to the cerebrum, symbolizing the rebirth or resurrection of brain cells, activation of the pineal gland, and regeneration of all cells in the body. This process is often symbolized as being born again, representing a spiritual awakening and transformation. Psalms 137:6 My tounge cling to the roof of my mouth if I do not remember you, if I do not consider Jerusalem my highest joy. Psalm chapter 137 verse 6 serves as a profound reminder of the importance of spiritual remembrance and connection. The imagery of the tongue clinging to the roof of the mouth symbolizes a deep commitment to spiritual awareness and the joy found in spiritual fulfillment. In line with this wisdom, raising the sacred oil within requires a holistic approach that nurtures both body and spirit. Here are some key practices. 1. Retain your sexual fluids. Cultivate mindfulness and moderation in sexual energy, channeling it for spiritual growth rather than dissipating it. 2. Consume an alkaline diet. Prioritize foods that support a balanced pH level in the body, promoting overall health and vitality. 3. Avoid acidic foods, fluids. Minimize consumption of acidic substances that can disrupt the body's natural balance and energy flow. 4. Abstain from alcohol. Refrain from consuming alcohol, which can cloud the mind and hinder spiritual clarity. 5. Practice Kundalini meditation. Engage in practices that awaken and harness the powerful energy of Kundalini, fostering spiritual growth and enlightenment. 6. Balance all chakras. Work towards harmonizing and balancing the body's energy centers, known as chakras, to promote holistic well-being. 7. Keep your tongue on the top of your mouth. Adopt the practice of keeping the tongue at the roof of the mouth during meditation and spiritual practices, facilitating energy flow and inner focus. 8. Engage in proper breathing. Cultivate mindful breathing techniques that promote relaxation, clarity, and vitality, facilitating the flow of prana or life force energy throughout the body. By incorporating these practices into your daily life, you can nurture a state of inner harmony, spiritual awakening, and alignment with divine wisdom. The Harry B. Joseph suggests symbolic connections between biblical references and the brain. Corinthians 13:5. Do you not know that Jesus Christ is within you? 1. The upper room where Jesus meets the 12 disciples, 12 cranial nerves. Symbolizing the brain as an upper room where a spiritual meeting with the 12 cranial nerves, equivalent to the 12 disciples, takes place. 2. The Holy Land, the land flowing with milk and honey, promised land of Israel, drawing parallels between the brain and the Holy Land, described as a land flowing with milk and honey, with milk representing the pituitary gland and honey representing the pineal gland. 3. Milk, pituitary gland, and honey, pineal gland, associating the pituitary gland with milk and the pineal gland with honey, symbolizing significant components within the brain. 4. Christos, Greek for oil, and Christ, noting the Greek term, Christos, meaning oil, and its transformation into Christ. This may suggest a spiritual or symbolic interpretation of Christ as anointed with oil. 5. Corinthians 13:5. Do you not know that Jesus Christ is within you? Quoting a biblical verse to emphasize the idea that the presence of Jesus Christ is metaphorically within each individual, possibly linked to the spiritual aspects associated with the brain. The interpretation appears to blend biblical imagery with physiological components of the brain, creating a symbolic framework to understand spiritual concepts within the context of neural anatomy. The narrative of Jesus is often interpreted metaphorically to represent the journey of the sacred oil produced by the brain. Here's a breakdown of the symbolism. 1. Jesus in Nazareth, the head, with Joseph and Mary, the pineal and pituitary gland, symbolizing the sacred oil originating in the head, represented by Jesus, with Joseph and Mary representing the pineal and pituitary glands, respectively. 2. King Herod's desire to kill Jesus, representing external forces or challenges that threaten the spiritual journey or the activation of the sacred oil within the body. 3. Jesus going down the river Jordan, the spine, to Bethlehem next to the Dead Sea, sacrum bone, symbolizing the descent of the sacred oil from the brain down the spine to the sacrum bone, akin to Jesus descending from heaven to earth. 4. Jesus dying for 3 days and being resurrected to be crucified at 33. Metaphorically depicting the process of the sacred fluid resting in the sacrum bone for a period before being resurrected, representing the activation of the Kundalini energy to raise the oil back up the spine. The crucifixion at 33 symbolizes the activation of the full potential of the brain. 5. The crossing of the vagus nerve at the back of the spine, symbolizing Jesus being crucified at 33 years of age, as there are 33 vertebrae in the spine. 6. The death of Jesus symbolizing being born again and turning spirit into matter in the spine, representing the transformative process of spiritual awakening and enlightenment, where the activation of the sacred oil within the spine leads to spiritual rebirth and the manifestation of higher consciousness. Overall, the story of Jesus serves as a powerful metaphor for the journey of spiritual awakening and the activation of the divine potential within each individual. Thank you for joining us on Positive Vortex as we've explored the profound insights of The Book of Wisdom by Harry B. Joseph. In this journey, we've uncovered the symbolism and spiritual significance behind the sacred oil process within the body, as well as its parallels to the story of Jesus. But our exploration doesn't end here. Stay tuned for part 2 of our book summary series, where we'll delve even deeper into the timeless wisdom contained within this remarkable work. Make sure to subscribe to Positive Vortex and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on the next installment of our enlightening journey. Together, let's continue to unlock the secrets of wisdom and spiritual enlightenment.